watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas. Yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rawan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding general, your honor. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top when we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change, and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my hockin' gon' let him have it. Hey, make you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my actions. Yes, you said, sir. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood cell. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cocktail. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in his dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through in the day of our king's reign. I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Y'all ain't ready yet, man. Here it come right now. Prepare yourself. Here comes the boom.
Here come the boom. Look who just stepped in the room. Got soldiers in every direction. As long as they stepping in tune. I been all black with the groom. Watching Babylon fall to doom. Lord know I'm ready and I know that you know that her love is deadly, but I am immune. These niggas talking rude to whom? That's a spot you'll be moving soon, and you'll be leaving shortly. Still walking with them angels, yeah, they still enforcement. Got a whole lot of zeal, I can't get it off me. Plus I'm winning like I got a blue ribbon on me. He ain't one what, bitch, I beg your pardon. See, I knew these niggas like to do that pillow talking, so that's why I bought a Glock to the slumber party. Got it out the dust. I just began to it pretty much. That brotherhood and weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. If it ain't one West nigga, hush. I don't wanna hear it, keep your tone down. Had a couple complications, but it's on now. So you can kill it, speculation, bitch, I'm thrown down. And if you want a conversation, set it zone down. What he say, I ain't hear him, I done zoned down. Can't walk, this a low mouth. I'm 44, I'm on another level with it. These niggas never listen, so I let the devil get his ass. I try to tell him, I'm a rebel nigga. Better be careful if you ever think I'm stepping in my path. Cause it ain't no game. Stay in your lane and I'm playing twisted metal with his ass. Got it out the gut. I just began to it pretty much. Your brotherhood and weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. Revenge still my main bitch, I think I got a crush. And she know that I got some sick shit inside me. But you know it should be K versus everybody. Got the time, move the buttons like he Teddy Riley. Now my race through the track like a Ricky Bobby. Got it out the dust. I just began to it pretty much. Your brotherhood and weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. Gotta keep it with me, it's a must. Got it out the dust. I just began to it pretty much. Your brotherhood and weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. If it ain't one West nigga, hot.
You heard what he said. If they want West nigga hush, watch your goddamn mouth, man. We ain't the same. We not the same. We'll never be the same. We react different. We live different. And we're gonna keep on pushing this truth until your house shall return, sucker. And y'all niggas out there, y'all lukewarm. Y'all can never be us. Cause we hot. Burning hot. Let's get it.
All right, clap it up. All right, shalom, y'all about some y'all thumb to the brothers, y'all small out thumb about some y'all side to the sisters. We are the Isupk, the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, established in 1969, Morton West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are led by Commander General Yana. We are not affiliated with any other organization. Israel, pay your tithes and get ready for the Lord's 57th annual Passover, going down April 4th in Houston, Texas. Make sure you got everything lined up, your hotels reserved, travel arrangements set up, couple extra dollars. Try to get that overtime in now. Make sure that you get off work ahead of time too. Take off work in advance. Take off work in advance so you ain't got to sweat that later on, or like when you come back too. You ain't got to worry about the any repercussions for being late or for not being there. You know, the Lord don't want you to have to lose your job over this thing, but this is definitely commanded for you to be present for if you are an Israelite, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian on your father's side. And that's as defined how it would be understood in the Western Hemisphere. You might be in Europe, you might be in Africa. They might identify in different manners. But with, how would I say, with the larger popularity of these terms in the Western Hemisphere, if you identify with any of those peoples, those family groups, again, on your father's side, then by blood, you'd be counted as an Israelite. So it's time to get this thing together as a people. We see the confusion in the earth. We see the tension, the stress, the wars, the so-called natural disasters. Sorry, the stream yard not working. No sweat. We see all the turmoil. We see all the chaos from political, economical, technological. You know, all these little hurdles, all these little glitches that are going on. These distractions that are drawing people's attention, energy, and allegiance. You got our own people. You got other so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians hunting down so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? You got Esau, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, crumbling left and right. You got them losing their mind. You got these other nations fighting for the next top spot. Like everything's looking really cool on the surface, but everybody knows that kingdoms rise and fall. And everybody wants to be the next power in seat. I want us to be the next power in the seat. I want Israel to resume their rightful authority here on earth. And this way we can dispense with a whole lot of the alternative lifestyles. And that's not just exclusive to, you know, that certain community, but political, socioeconomic, cultural even. We can start knocking down a lot of these barriers and clear the room, clean house, and then reset things back in order the way that they're supposed to be. There's a lot of contention against the Bible. And like this was always the funny part to me. The main contention that I hear against the Bible is from our oppressors, and they are the same ones who had set that precedent for there to be a gripe against the Bible with their misdealings in what they call religion. Every denomination that they've set up, if we get a picture of that, so let me see if I can look this up real quick on the side. There's a poster of all of Esau's religions that were supposedly splinters off of Christianity. So even though they allegedly come from that theology and from that book,
that people like to, point the finger and sneer at, in no way are their ideologies succinct with the records that are contained in that book. They don't live by, they pick and choose the little things that they want to live by or what they think they understand by. Like Paul is one of the most confusing brothers to these people. And through just the writings of Paul alone, you got shoot offshoots. You know what I'm saying? And that has spurred the hunger for not just the truth, but trying to get the truth right. Because you got a lot of different organizations, which again, we are not affiliated with any organization, but you got a lot of organizations that want to try to say that you can have, like we got some of the truth. Can't nobody have all the truth. But again, if you ask them about the brothers who had laid the foundation for the truth, Yahushua and his disciples under the Most High, they'll say that they certainly did have all the truth. Because look who their teacher was. Look how they walked. Look at how they talk. Look at the example that they had set going forward. That's the same standard and banner that we carry today. You got one bastard tribe of Edomites that call themselves a Catholic, the Orthodox Catholics, who again, they might have one of the better, and I'm gonna say this very, very loosely with a huge grain of salt. They might have one of the better arguments to trying to emulate the original standard and record of the Bible when you compare that to Presbyterians or Protestants or Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses or to the book of Satan and Islam. If you were to compare it to that, they might seem a little bit closer because of how they carry themselves. Their costumes, and it looks like they're ancient. It looks like they're authentic. When you take a closer look at their customs and even their garments, it's steeped in pagan worship, pagan customs, pagan traditions. They're never going to get away with that. And we all know we all know what it is. Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Valentine's Day, Halloween, all this shit. We all know it's garbage. Nobody ever really thinks to ask themselves, where does it come from, though? Even though the information is out there. They're not going to tell your elementary school aged children that part of the Valentine's custom was to beat women with bloody rags. They don't tell you that part. They skip that. They just say, here, give them a Valentine's and some candy. And then, you call it a day. There's a lot more to it than that. So with that, let's get into some of these stories, some of these heinous stories about what these devils are up to. I'm gonna try to look up that picture with all of Esau's contributions to Christianity. Lacom, if you can get those started, Baba Kusha. And it's like, if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns in the room, Salaki, yo man.
Break down. There you go.
And then speak up for the room too.
Salaki, I was wondering if you could break down Revelations 2, verse 12.
Oh, absolutely.
12 and 13.
Revelation chapter 2, verses 12 and 13. Let's wait till everybody gets it.
And date.
It helps when you type everything the correct way. Revelations 2, 12 and 13. All right, good. If everybody's got it, go ahead and read.
And to the angels. Oh, so this is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 12. And to the angels of the church, in the pagan.
Pergamos.
Pergamos, write these things, and saith, he which hateth the sharp sword with two edges.
It was just verse 12.
Verse 12, 13.
It's like a reply.
He said, look to say,
Say that again.
he which hath the sharp sword with two edges.
Okay. It's like I must have missed that. I didn't hear what he had said instead. All right, so now read verse 13.
Verse 13. And I know thy works, and where thy dwelling, even where Satan seats is, and thou hold it. Holdest thee.
The doctrine of Balaam. Is that where you're at? Oh, no, that's like that was verse 14. My fault. Holdest. Where are you stuck at?
When it's and thou
Holdest fast my name.
holdest fast my name. In the haste, not defined.
Hast not. All right, this is Old English. First off, just because I know this can be kind of tricky and kind of to stumble over how it's written back then in 1611 when King James had this translated into the English. The style of language that they had back then, this is all hip and modern to them back then. To us, it's a little old and weird and unfamiliar. So I think maybe on Friday we'll work on trying to modernize some of these words so that next time you encounter them, it'll be more familiar and easier to get by. But for now, you're doing good. Just take your time and continue reading. Has not denied my faith.
Even in those days, we're in an Antipas.
Antipas, yeah.
Was my faithful
martyr
who was slain among you, where Satan dwells.
So your question is on 12 and 13, just a general kind of breakdown and understanding of it.
Okay.
All right, so I want you to start off first I want you to read the opening of verse 2. Start there. Start at verse 2. I want you to kind of catch the theme here. Start at Revelations 2 and 1.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 1. Unto the angels of the church of Isupk. Ephesus, write it.
All right, now I want you to read the opening of verse 2.
I know thy works, and thy labor, and thy patience.
And I want you to read the opening of verse 8.
And unto the angels of the church in
Smyrna,
right.
Now read the opening of verse 9.
I know thy works and thou
Tribulation.
in Proverbs.
All right. Now reread the introduction of verse 12.
And he that hateth an ear, let him.
No, verse 12. That's 11.
Into the angels of the church in Pentecost.
All right. Now skip down to verse 18.
Unto the angels of the church.
Of Thyatira. All right. So are you noticing the trend here? In all those verses, he's writing to the angels of a different city.
That's right.
So now again, in Revelations, this is a vision that John the Revelator is getting. So again, not all of these are going to be sequential, like in order of, like a timeline necessarily. Not all of them are going to be, not every story or record that we're getting, I guess vision in John's case that he's revealing to us. Don't think about time here being linear. Just think about the visions that he's seeing and how he's relaying it to us. So you got, right now we just read 4 different locations: Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamos, and Thyatira. I believe there are more. There are a couple more, I think. And then I think even in other chapters, he's writing to the angel of that church, to like the power, the spiritual guidance of that church. And church is kind of the wrong term to use here. We would use school to be more biblically accurate. But so in verse 12, so this is sending a message to the angel of the church of Pergamos, and he was commanded to write. The opening to that is, these things saith which he hath the sharp sword with the 2 edges. So now that's indicative of a person, of a power, of a being, because the person that's saying it is he which hath the sharp sword with 2 edges. You understand this part so far? There's instruction, there's a message, first off, I should say, being written to that angel in that location in Pergamos. The instruction is coming from he which hath the sharp sword with 2 edges. That's the person who's giving this instruction, the person that has a sharp sword with 2 edges. Do you know who that might be?
An angel?
In this case, this is going to be the Most High. Now, Salaki, maybe this could be even Christ, because I believe it does. There's a precept where it does say that he's coming with a 2-edged sword. Salaki, reply.
It is in our.
It's either going to be Yahushua or it's going to be the Most High, because there are a couple precepts where both of them are attributed to having a 2-edged sword. Now, you could read in other scriptures too, where even our enemies had a 2-edged sword. But they're not going to be giving our angels in our churches instruction about a damn thing. Damn, now I just lost it. There we go. All right. So now, verse 13 is part of this message. I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is. So now, what do you think he means by, like, I know thy works, where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is? So he's writing to them. He's basically recounting a report that he's getting, or a knowledge about what they're going through. I know thy works. I know what you're going through. I know what you've done. I know what you haven't done. And where thou dwellest. I know where y'all live. I know how y'all live. I know, like, you can't hide from it. Even where Satan's seat is. Satan's supposed to be a, his job is a deceiver, a liar, an adversary. I believe if we just look up in the blue letter, if we look up Satan, it'll give kind of a more biblically correct definition to his name. I think we'd have to trace it from the Greek into the Hebrew, though. Salakia Lakam, if you could, in this verse, if you could pull out Satan and then get the biblical definition, Baba Kashai. So he knows where Satan's seat is, amongst where they're dwelling, at this church, which is kind of a broad statement for saying like your school, your zone. Like if you were to say Milwaukee, imagine if he was writing to us. I know Milwaukee. I know what y'all done in Milwaukee. I know where y'all live in Milwaukee. I know what y'all doing. And I know that Satan, I know where Satan is in Milwaukee too. Because Satan, Satan's not just a one-dimensional, three-dimensional figure. This is a spirit that can be, and a spirit can be many places at the same time. So he was right to different churches, different schools, different locations, letting them know, like I know what's up with y'all over here. I know what you're going through. Like one of them was, I know that tribulations. I know your poverty. He was speaking to that location, those brothers over there. Just to grab another location, it could have been Minnesota, it could have been Dallas, it could have been Detroit. But imagine them sending these words, sending these instructions to all these different zones. In this case, he's talking about, well, let's just say for the sake of the argument, just to keep it relevant, he's talking about us. So I know y'all works. I know where y'all dwellers, even where Satan is sitting in Milwaukee, in y'all zone, in the y'all camp. I know where Satan hanging out over there too. Now keep reading.
Verse 14.
It's like 1 second, Lacom. If you could, Bob Kashab. Shout out to South Dakota. Shout out to Sioux Falls, Rapid City. What up? Shout out to TikTok. What y'all doing, man? Y'all just joining. Y'all gonna chime in. Feel free to ask any questions, comments, or concerns.
I have the definition of Satan in the book of Revelations, chapter 2.
Can you see it on the screen? Can you read it though? Can you make out what it says? All right, Slacky, go ahead, Lacom.
Kind of one kind. Adversary, one who opposeth another in purpose or act.
Now, this is the definition, the biblical definition for Satan. Now, again, these definitions aren't necessarily going to be always exhaustive of the context or the true cultural definition of these words too. But they like the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, they did really good. Strong's Concordance, they did really good too, as getting it historically accurate as they possibly could. So this is a good benchmark to go off of when we're reading these in the Blue Letter Bible. But just something to keep in mind, everything's always going to take in a step forward more of research before you decide to cement any of your teachings on it. All right. Good.
The name given to the prince of evil spirits, the inveterate adversary of the Most High and Christ.
Now that's Christianity. How they had wrote that, the prince of evil spirits. None of these spirits are evil by themselves. None of these spirits are unclean by themselves. A spirit is just a spirit. It does what it does. It's not good or bad until it's on one of us. The spirit that we were supposed to have is of the Most High. The spirit that we're not supposed to have is fucking anything else that is not the Most High Christ. So when we are overcome with a spirit of an unclean spirit, it could have been pork, could have been the unlawful foods that we eat. It could be smoking cigarettes, doing drugs, being an alcoholic. Like eating too much food, that's not evil, but it can attach itself to a personality that'll overindulge and be selfish about it. And it'll pick food over priorities such as family. It'll pick food over the Most High. It'll pick food over. It'll pick food over dietary laws. Things like that. It's not Satan in itself. He is not evil. The effects that he can have on us, though, we would deem as evil. We would look at it as evil with the negative consequences of following his actions. You need to stand up for a minute. Like you're about to drift off. All right. So now, he knows thy works, where thou dwellest. And now again, this is coming from the Most High. The Most High, who holds the sharp sword with two edges. He knows thy works and where thou dwellest. It's like I'll double check for clarity. This could be Christ. Rapa, I believe, is standing on that, which doesn't hurt or break. Because even in 18 it does say the Son of God. So so chances are then this is Yahushua. But I know that works where thou dwellest, even where Satan seateth. Now read the rest from there. It's like the Sioux Falls. Yeah, we can get to Deuteronomy when we get done here. No sweat. Go ahead. Read. Even where Satan's seat is. Read from there.
And thou holdest.
Thou.
And thou holdest fast my name.
All right, so now, can anybody come up with a more modern way to say it? Do you understand what that phrase means? And thou holdest fast my name? Can anybody think of a more modernized way to kind of spin that? Rapa? Slack, hold on. Wait till you get the mic.
Slack, I don't know.
Go ahead.
Is talking about.
No, Slack it. Don't break it down. Just see if you can just say that in a more modern way without the whole old English twist. Holdest thou fast my name? Without that.
No, I thought you was talking about break it down.
No, not yet. All right, no sweat. You can pass the mic back. So now, and thou holdest fast my name. Like, I'd almost say let's read the rest of it. No, that's the night mount.
Salagi, sir.
Lakam.
That's like telling somebody like you kept my spirit.
Right. Like you held me down. Like you stayed true to me. Because with a name comes with a reputation. So if we're holding fast his name, keeping it on hand, keeping it accessible, yielding to it, submitting to it, keeping true to his name, his reputation, his standard. Keep reading.
In the haste not defined.
That's another way to say has. It's just back then, for whatever reason, I don't know the etymology of the word has, but they had a T at the end of it. Because like it's kind of making it kind of past tense. It's I don't know if it's a present particle, participle, whatever those grammatical terminologies are, but it's just saying has. And it's like and thou holdest fast my name and hast not denied my faith. Saying and has not, you have not, maybe that's a better way to put it, and you have not denied my faith. So I know thy works, where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdest fast my name. You held me down and hast not denied my faith. You haven't turned your back on. Keep reading.
And even those days wherein and
Antipas
in the past
Salaki Lakam, can I get a definition for martyr, please? Keep reading.
Was my faith in martyr.
Was my faithful.
It was my faithful in martyr.
It didn't say anything about in or and. Just read that clear what it is. Take your time with it. Read back from even in those days. Read back from there.
And even in those days, wherein Antipas was by faithful martyr.
Now, do you know what a martyr is? A martyr. You know what a martyr is? No? Young man June, you know what a martyr is? Let me see. Hey, Shalom Ayar. Shalom, Yabashim Shabbat. Got the house of Isupk in the building. Okay. All right, once he gets the definition of martyr, we'll continue with that. Keep reading. It's like a Rapayala.
I have the definition.
So like a Rapay? You had something?
Shabaka, I don't know. I know what it's mark.
Well, I think he's got the definition right now. South Dakota, yeah, you're onto it. It's not that's not wrong. I don't want to say it's not all the way right either, but South Dakota, you're pretty much onto it. Slack, you gotta read that definition.
Kind of definition of the word martyr: a person who is unalived or made to suffer because of their religious or other belief.
Do you understand that concept? Young man Jay, you understand that concept of what a martyr is? Can you repeat that back what he said?
A person who was unalived but made to suffer because of their religious or other beliefs.
Now, traditionally, this is kind of a biblical term. You can be a martyr for goddamn anything nowadays, though. You can be a martyr for your favorite sports team. Right. The way that they fight over football in Europe is bananas. It's absolutely crazy. They have straight up mob brawls between each other, like 100 people deep. It's wild. But to South Dakota, I didn't want to just say, sacrifices themselves, because sometimes they ain't got a choice to do it. It's not always, a willing thing. Like even Yahushua had said, if it be possible, I'm paraphrasing. Hey, Shalom says Tawada. Anybody looking for that good CMOS? I know somebody. I gotta connect on the CMOS, on some soap, on some wait, say that again.
Oil burgers, some oils for like fungus and clean up acne and stuff like that.
There we go. Antimicrobial, antibacterial soaps and oils.
And then I also have like pain oil.
Like a topical,
topical muscle relaxing.
Okay.
That I'm making that right now, so it's
do we have a website for the good people at home that may want to shop with you?
Right now, you have to just reach out to us, or you can reach out to Etsy. But right now, Etsy is it's complicated. So, but just reach the number.
Yeah, let's put the number in there. We got a card too. I'm cool if I flash the card. Excellent. The water. To this sister. Shout out to Priest and also 5,000 Zaquan. Oh, that's totally gonna be backwards, isn't it? Salaki. And his rib Diana making some good old wait, you gotta be way closer. You can't even see that. A little closer. That's better. Up. There we go. Diet Soul, LLC, Herbs and Sea Moss. Now it's a little bit too close, getting blurred. But the numbers on the back, can we flip that around? A little bit lower. Closer. Closer, 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 closer. 414 to the right there. 414-943-5753. There we go. Dietsoul at what.com?
Right there it's dietsoul3@gmail.com.
Dietsoul3@gmail.com. For the oils, for the antimicrobial, antibacterial soap. Stay tuned for the pain reliever and the sea moss. Got a bunch of different flavors. Go check that out. So you got a whole lot of different things coming. Hair and beard oil too. Come check it out. Show the sisters some love. Dietsoul. Dietsoul3@gmail.com. 414-943-5753. I just bought the soap set and then 2 of the sea mosses. You know what I'm saying?
So I did.
Yes. Looking forward to them because I'm out of the other ones. So we're good.
Which that's the parasite killer.
All right.
The different parasite killer.
All right.
And then I also gave you very ace that's for boost of energy and muscle recovery after exercising.
I've been feeling great in the mornings when I start my day off like that. A little bit of water and then a couple tablespoons of that stuff, and I'm good. Like I'm powered. It's an excellent start. And if you're a hardworking man or woman, I don't see why women should be excluded from this too. But most of y'all feet don't go crazy. But you are a hardworking man, like a lot of us are. Your feet might be tied up in them boots or them shoes all damn day long, and support on your journey. It's hard enough to be a hardworking man. Your feet aching, all cracked up, not as aromatic as maybe you'd like it to, or maybe too aromatic. I don't know, but the fragrance just ain't there no more, and you want to bring back that brand new car smell to your shoes. Go check out some of that antimicrobial, antifungal soap that Sister Diana got. Dietsoul3@gmail.com. Go hit her up. All right, the water, sis. The soap, the oil, the beard and hair, homemade soap, the sea moss, and more stuff is coming. So stay tuned. So shout out to that sister, shout out to Priest and Austin 5000. So it's a Quan. The Quan Banya. Are you hanging out for a bit too? Oh, all right, that's what's up on Sign Quest. All right, so while we're here, breaking down Revelation, we're in 13 still. So now, even in those days, now here's the concept here. I know thy works and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and how thou hold fast my name, has not denied my faith, even in those days where Antipas, who was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you, where Satan dwelt. So even though you were dealing with all this shit, you still kept my name true. You kept my reputation right. You didn't deny me. You kept the faith, even in those hardships when this brother Antipas was unalive. Antipas would have been a contemporary or somebody who was around in that location, in that church in Pergamos. So around where these brothers were. So imagine, God forbid, it was me. And he's right to the people saying, I know all the shit that's going on in your neck of woods, even though Among Bar was gunned down, even though you lost Among Bar, he died for the truth. So even though you lost him, you kept my name true. You kept my standard. You didn't break faith. You didn't break your oath, even during all this. I know that works. I know what y'all been up to, and I know that unclean spirit. I know y'all that demon. Demon. The word demon isn't really in the Bible. Again, it's unclean spirit, but where Satan sits. I know the bullshit that's going on over there too. Now read verse 14.
Still sir.
Verse 14. But I have a few things against thee.
Now, but I have a few things against thee. So now, even though I know thy works and where y'all dwellest and where Satan's seat is, and even though you've kept my name true and you kept the faith, even though you lost that brother, I still got something against thee. So he still got kind of an ought to bring out. Hey, shalom, sis. All right, shalom, y'all. Shamar, thought about seeing me outside. Y'all check that out. Diana, or it's like a diasoul3@gmail.com. Go check that out. So even though you're going through all this, and I know all this about y'all, and even though you lost a brother and you kept everything true, I still got an ought against you. But I have a few things against thee. That means I still got an ought against you. Keep reading.
Because thou haste their
Hast. And you can read that as because thou hast, because y'all, thou is like saying y'all. Because it could be saying you depending on the context, but thou in this case is kind of like saying y'all. Because y'all have, keep going.
They're them that hold the doctrine of the Babylon.
Balaam. So now, it's like, let me rewind because I don't want to go too far. Do you understand 12 and 13? Do you want to go further into this? Because now 14 is gonna it's gonna lead into a different point of I guess this checking that they're about to get. Do you want to go further?
No, I want the other brothers to get their scripture.
No sweat. Good question. I'm glad we could clarify that. But that's kind of the whole concept that's going on in Revelation 2. These different locations are getting a message. They're either getting praised for something or they're getting checked for something, pretty much. Because there is a little bit of a back and forth. But if you were to read that from verse 1 on, you're going to see these different zones getting addressed for what's going on in their zone. All right. So Deuteronomy, so it's like in South Dakota, Deuteronomy chapter 14 and 1. Was there anything specific about 14 and 1 or just a general breakdown?
Slug, sir.
Good.
It looks like before 14 and 1, they asked about 14 and 5, also 14 and 7.
So like I did not see. Okay, 14 and 5. Well, then let's just start at verse 1, and we'll eventually get down to there.
Kind of one concept.
All right, if everybody got Deuteronomy chapter 14, if we get a reader in the room, please. Good.
Book of Deuteronomy.
Speak up.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 1. Ye are the children of the Lord. Ye are the children of the Lord your God. Ye shall not cut yourselves, nor make any boldness. Baldness between your eyes for the dead. Verse 2.
Now, Slack, since it did ask specifically about 1, we understand the first part. You're the children of the Lord your God. We're not the children of any other power on the earth. I want to be clear on the baldness between your eyes. From my understanding, that ain't got nothing to do like with that caterpillar in between here. That you can't say this, you can't get rid of that. I'll double check to see if that's what it's specifically talking about. I don't believe it is. You should not cut yourselves. Now, I think we should have a pretty good understanding now. We should not, that ye shall not cut yourselves. There are at least one other precept. There is at least one other precept that goes over, not making any cuts into your flesh, not giving yourself any tattoos, for the dead or for whatever vicarious reason you felt like getting them. But the baldness between your eyes for the dead, I'm gonna double check on that because that might be more into like a pattern type thing. Go ahead.
This kind of, and I could be wrong, but I think I vaguely remember General Muhammad breaking this down. This is like a old Judite thing. So when someone, and I remember doing this when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, like in high school and late years in middle school, when somebody passed in your family, what certain brothers would do is they would take like a razor or something like that and make like a little small patch in the eyebrow.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like even on ends, like how they used to
kind of the one concept.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like it's a different kind of marking in your flesh. All right, keep reading.
Verse 2. For thou art on a holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon earth.
All right, so that should be, I'd like to think, pretty self-explanatory for this audience at least. If anybody is not clear on what the Bible verse is saying right here in Deuteronomy chapter 14 and 2, it's saying that we were chosen by God, by the Most High, the God of this Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Israelites, our family tree. So that includes Adam and Noah and Abraham, all them brothers that came before the house of Israel was established. It's our family tree. This is saying that the Most High had chosen us to be a special people set apart above all the other people on the face of the earth. That's what the Bible says about Israel and his preference to this people. That's just what the Bible says. I didn't alter any of those words. I didn't slangify nothing. I didn't modernize nothing. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth. That's it. We were chosen to be closer to the Most High, above all the other nations. Not just to be above all the other nations, but before he had any concern for anybody else, his priority was us. His focus was on us. All right. Verse, he had 5. Skip down. Oh, just keep reading. Just read through.
Come on. Verse 3. Thou shalt not eat any ambulance thing.
Abominable
thing.
Y'all can take a minute and sound these out before you just, before you just jump out the window. But it's always good to have it, have a try. Keep going.
Come. Verse 5. The heart and the
Roebuck.
So
now I believe he had asked the what is a perigord and a heart and a camel. All right, so going into the Blue Letter Bible, we'll just kind of break these down one by one real quick. So the heart, according to the Strong's Concordance H354, is a stag or a deer, or they would also call them a hart back then. Now, I wasn't hunting in the King's Woods back in 1600s and shit like that, so I don't know what kind of names they had for animals back then. But apparently, a hart was another term for a stag or a deer, which was a lawful animal. A roebuck. Well, it could be talking about beauty and glory and honor or decoration, but I think it's talking about more of a gazelle kind of meaning here. Since we're already talking about deer and stag, this kind of feels like it would follow suit to that. So also a lawful animal for human consumption, but more specifically for Israel. This would fall into our dietary laws. And so that was H6643. The pigarg. The pigarg. Let's read what some of these were in Hebrew too. The hart, ayal, the roebuck, tazabia. Well, I guess just tazabia would have been. I know what tazabia. Shout out to tazabia. We know one of them, right? All right, the fallow deer, Yakamawar, the wild goat, Aquaya. It's like, I don't know. I put the hut on there, but Aqua or Aqua. Double check on the pronunciation for that. Aqua could be Aqua. Could be that. The Pigyarg, the Yashwan, and that is so right off the top. It says a clean animal in the antelope or gazelle family. Could also have been in mountain goats. But letting you know so far that all of these are clean animals. The wild ox, the awa for a wild ox. And that's just kind of in that cattle oxen family. But they're saying it could have been an antelope, oryx. We're starting to see a pattern going on here. All clean, lawful animals. The camois, or in Hebrew, zamar, H2169. All right, so again, mountain sheep, mountain goat, muffalon, or gazelle. The camois says, then I was saying the meaning is uncertain. So that just could be, I don't want to, what's the word? Damn, I just had it too. An unused term. Shit, what's the word I'm looking for here? A discontinued term. That's what it was. So camois could be just a discontinued term for mountain sheep, mountain goat, muffalon, things like that. All right, and then we had verse 7 though. Let's continue reading.
Come on. And the fallow deer, and the wild goat, and the hagar.
I think what you said was just fine. About as choppy as what I just did. So yeah.
Hagar, and the wild ox, and the chamois.
Yep, something like that. Keep going.
Verse 6. And every beast that hath
parteth
the hoof, and the cleaveth
the cleft
into two claws, and cheweth the cud among the beasts that ye shall eat.
So this is just reiterating the distinct characteristics of the clean land animals that we would be allowed to consume. Again, that part of the hoof, they got that split cloven hoof, and that cheweth the cud. So it's not just about eating grass, grazing grass. It's the manner in which they do it too. Keep going to 7.
Come. And verse 7. Nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that chew the cud.
So now there is another kind of animal that could also be chewing the cud, but would be unlawful for us to eat. Keep going.
Come. Or of them that divided the cloven.
There could be another kind of animal out there that also got that split cloven hoof, but would also still be unclean to us. And what this is going to end up getting into, it's kind of, it does one or the other. It might chew with the cud, but it ain't got that split cloven hoof. Or it might have that split cloven hoof, but it don't chew with the cud. And we're about to get some examples. Go ahead.
Come. Hoof, as the camel and the hare.
Which is the hare and the coney, they're in the rabbit family. Go ahead.
And the coney.
If y'all remember, what movie? Lord of the Rings. No, y'all way too young for that. Lord of the Rings, no. Okay. Damn, our age, man. Our age is showing. Gollum had, there was a little scene, him and Samwise were eating some food. All right, never mind. For they chew the cud, but divide not the hoof, therefore they are unclean to you. So in this example that they had given are two different kind of animals, the camel and the rabbit. And like really that whole dromedary family, which I think includes alpaca and llamas. I believe we went through that not too long ago with Cat. That whole family group, and then the hares, the rabbits, the conies, that whole family group. They might chew with the cud, but they don't have that split cloven hoof. Like that, I don't even want to bring it up. Damn. But a camel's foot, it's got like 3. It's divided in like 3 parts. I think an elephant is like 5. A rhino, I think, also has 3. I think a hippo also has 3. I think hippo's feet kind of look like pig's feet. But the camel's foot, it's not a hoof either. If you read above a little bit too, when it's talking about verse 6, and cleaveth the cleft into 2 claws, that's also indicative of the kind of foot that it had too. It had that hard hoof. It didn't just have like a split padded foot, like a dog or a cat or one of us, or like rabbits. I think they got like 3 or 4 toes on their hands. Whatever it is, not lawful. But that's just giving a quick run through of the difference in how those animals may have some features of lawfully clean animals, but don't check all the boxes. South Dakota, does that answer your questions on Deuteronomy chapter 14? Or was there anything else that we need to touch up on before we get to Ayar's Matthew chapter 5 and 30? All right, Most High Christ. All right, so to the brother Ayar, by Yashakar, you got Matthew chapter 5, verse 30. If we get a reader in the room, please.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 30. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
All right, select, yeah. Just refreshing. I'm able to verify. Damn. I don't know if I'm missing this. There we go. All right. It's like just had to refresh the TikTok. All right. So for Matthew chapter 5, verse 30, let's read up above I want to start at let's start at 5:27.
Kind of one con. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 27.
Because this is going to be kind of an example that's going to lead into how to deal with this situation. Keep good.
Ye have heard that it was said by them of old times, thou shalt not commit adultery.
Young man Nick, what is adultery according to the Bible?
Like sinning against the Lord.
There's a lot of different ways you can sin against the Lord. Adultery is definitely one of them. But what is adultery? What is that sin entail? Young man Junior, what is adultery according to the Bible?
Lust.
Lust is definitely a part of adultery, but it wouldn't be exclusive. That wouldn't be the biblical definition of adultery.
Man thinking sexual about a woman.
Thinking?
I mean, acting sexual, thinking or acting sexual.
That's kind of the precursor to it. It's like you want to take another go.
Like actively lusting after a ring.
What do you mean by actively?
Like, oh, okay.
Oh, you get it? All right, let's see.
Like when she already has a, and he still wants him. He still wants her. That's ultimate.
You're getting closer. You guys are inching. We're right to the doorstep of it. So biblically, what adultery would be is if a woman who already has a husband sleeps with another man. Now, in turn, that man who sleeps with another man's wife, he's committing adultery, and she's committing adultery. A man can have as many wives as he wants. As many wives as he wants. As the Most High blesses or fucking curses him with. It might not always be a good thing. Because what's the scripture say about a wicked woman? It's a portion for a wicked man. So you can be a wicked bastard and catch a whole lot of wicked ass women that's just gonna make your life hell. Or you could be a man of God and get a bunch of righteous, virtuous sisters, and live into your old age with a million kids. So we have heard in verse 27, we have heard it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. Read verse 28, please.
Kind of one kind. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 28. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery.
So that's kind of what y'all brothers were leading into, because it starts with that thought before any of your actions ever come into play. Like you wanted that coffee. You're regretting that coffee right now because it was hot. It was hot as shit. You're kind of regretting that choice of taking that sip at that moment. But prior to you pouring that cup in your mind, you was like, damn, I want some coffee. It started with that thought. That thought manifested itself into a cup with coffee in it, with that hot ass liquid in it, just for you to burn your tongue on. It always starts with that thought. So what Yahweh, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking, he's letting them know, like, listen, before you even get that far to the act of committing like actual biblically, or I should say biblical adultery, when you lust after another woman, and he's talking about a woman who would have been married too. If you lust after a single woman, you're not committing adultery because she doesn't have a husband. So you can't commit adultery against a sister that ain't got no husband. And I ain't just talking about, some sister that's talking to somebody who might be courting. It'd be rude to go game a sister who's courting somebody, If you were a brother and you know a sister is courting another man, leave that sister alone. If you were to lay down with that sister, there's kind of that fine line of you just being a shitbag, but you're not slacking to the men above me for the language, but you wouldn't be committing adultery. You just kind of be an a-hole. But he's saying, listen, whosoever lusteth after a woman, that lust, that's normally an emotion, a feeling. You're not really acting on anything, but it could be tiptoeing into that realm of actually doing something about it. Maybe now you're going to the same corner store as her all the time because you know she goes there every morning for a coffee or some shit like that. You don't drink coffee. I mean, you drink coffee, so maybe you got a reason to be there too. But you show up there every morning around that same time, hoping to see her, trying to start little conversations with her. Your lust is actually taking on a life of its own, and you're getting into that realm of committing adultery. Keep reading.
Salaki, sir, if I could.
Baba Kashab.
What you're saying is heavy and absolutely correct. A good example of that would be King David.
That's an excellent example. Yeah, his lust brought him straight to that doorstep. Good.
And if I could, I watched a video today of Cam Newton, and it reminded me of King David being in a seat of power. When Cam Newton was in a seat of power in the NFL, he said that he used to go up to women that he knew had a man, and he would talk to them. And then when they said, "Oh, I got a man," his response would be, "But he's not me."
Yep.
And this is what basically what you're breaking down, sir. Like the lust that start right there in the eyes, something that you can easily turn your back on.
Yep.
But you choose to pursue like King David did. He chose to pursue Uriah's wife instead of turning his back and saying, "Nah, that she belongs to my brother." Salakia.
No, thank you for that contribution, because that goes right into damn near what we're going to be answering for Brother Ayar in verse 30. And what was written aforetime was written for our learning, so that we can always go back to these records. Listen, if the coffee is that hot, brother, let it cool down for a minute. It's bitter. Yeah, the coffee. Yeah, we ain't got no cream and sugar. Yeah. Hey, you braving through it, all right? But no, that's we've got these records of brothers, amazing men who did amazing things for the nation of Israel, set amazing standards and examples of brotherhood and loyalty and love and commitment and devotion to the Most High and to his people. And salakia to the men above me for the language, who utterly fucked up and did something so disgusting and egregious that it got his son killed. King David. World-renowned name. All through the scriptures, all through Jakes out here today. King David this, King David that. And not just talking about, the gang affiliated the gang affiliated name and identity of that brother, but even in their reference to the biblical King David, renowned, respected, but it seems like people kind of forget that the brother messed up. Read verse 30.
Kind of one concept.
Salaki, did we finish?
Salaki.
No, where were we? Verse 28?
The end of verse 28 going to 29.
Okay. All right. Now, Salaki, this is about to lead into it. Read verse 29. Did we finish 28? If not, finish 28 and then continue.
Kind of one kind. The bottom of verse 28. Salaki. That whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart.
So it started off with that thought, started kind of creeping, inching closer, but he's holding it here. And again, that's just kind of an allegorical reference to your mind. When it talks about like your heart, It's talking about your mind. He's dwelling on it. It's turning into lust versus just a thought like, damn, she got a big booty, or damn, she's very pretty, she's very attractive, she smells really good, she seemed really nice, she was very polite. Oh, she got a. I like the way she plays with maybe she's like a school teacher or something like that. I like the way she plays with the kids, or I like the way she takes care of her dogs. Whatever the hell it might have been that started that obsession, that what would turn into an obsession, that lust, whatever that was that kicked that off. It's growing in his mind. Keep going.
Turn to one concert. And if thy eye offend thee.
So now that thing that caught your eye, no matter what the attribute of that female was, whatever caught your eye, and this can be a stumbling block, and then this could be for a million different things. But I'm gonna keep it on adultery right now, since that was the topic that precedes this verse. Let's keep going.
Pluck it out.
If thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out. If that right eye is what saw that woman, that got you to cross that line of adultery, just pluck that right eye out. If that right eye is going to get you into trouble with that woman, with that brother, just pluck that eye out. Then you ain't got to worry about it no more. If the eye is the problem. Now, is it talking about just your literal eye? What do you think it's talking about, young man?
It's talking about that just cut off that evil. Like just get away from that evil.
In this case, with the concept of the eye being plucked out, how is that evil being introduced?
By your mind.
Say that again?
By your mind.
How did it get into your mind, though? Through his eye, because he saw it. So it doesn't mean you got to pluck your actual eyeball out, but you got to stop looking around so thirsty. What do eyes do? They look at shit. You see stuff. That's what they're there for. Take in the world. We're very visual creatures. So if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out. If that's your stumbling block, maybe you need to walk with your head down. Maybe you need to stop going to that corner store. Eventually we can get to that point. Maybe you just got to cut your hand off. If that's the problem, Slacky, keep going.
Slacky, sir, if I could.
Good.
One thing that I did learn from Cap DeBar, I want to say I was probably like a fresh officer of 500 at the time. It was a beautiful sister that was seen, and as soon as Cap DeBar heard that she had a husband, it went from, man, that sister is gorgeous, to instantly, she's hideous.
Yuck.
That is nasty. And
Detestable.
And in my mind, I at first I was like, what's going on? And then later on, this scripture came up, and then I believe it was the next class that Captain Mawakwad taught. And then that's when it hit me. I was like, damn, Captain Bar instantly plucked out his eye at that time. So like it.
Yep. No, that's a heavy and excellent real world example of what the scripture is talking about. Because it's going to get into different mechanisms when we start talking about verse 30. But Slacky, keep reading 29.
Kind of one kind. And cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that the whole body should be cast into fire.
If the weak link in your chain is what catches your eye so easily, and you got to pluck that eye out so that the rest of you don't have to suffer and die. All right, so no sweat, get rid of this. If this is going to be the problem, get rid of this part so that now you can still see, but now you're going to be a little bit wiser about it. You're going to be more disciplined. You got to discipline yourself. That's what this is going to be essentially just getting into, because in verse 28, whosoever looketh at a woman. You're using your eyes to do that. You ever look at a woman to lust after her. That's your problem. You got to discipline yourself to not, how would I say, to not just go straight to that thought of carnality with every little bitty thing that you see out there. There's a lot of beautiful women out there. Absolutely. Milwaukee's full of them. And that's just our city here. But if you can't discipline yourself to not look at every woman on the earth as that piece of meat that you should be trying to snack on next, then listen to me, cut that eye out. Talking about disciplining yourself, cutting yourself off, chasing yourself from certain things. In this case, it's that eye, it's that wandering eye that gets stuck on something that looks good and gets attached to it. You ever see a little kid that gets distracted by a shiny object? They gotta know what the hell that is. They want to know what all that glimmer and shimmer is. Why is it making that sound jingling around? Let's go find out. That eye might catch hold of some pretty young thing and want to go find out about it. Now, there's nothing wrong with go seeing a woman that you're attracted to and asking her what her situation is. But you better be thorough and damn certain that you get the correct answer from. A lot of women nowadays, they won't just say, if you ask them if they got a man, like, no, I ain't got no man. But they live with this brother. But no, they ain't got no, they're engaged, but no, she ain't got no man. They could be married. They could be married like on paper, but they ain't got no man because she's just talking to you right now. And because she thinks that might run you off if you find out that she's got a man. So for the sake of your argument, no, she ain't got no man. What's up? Now you got as a man of the Lord, as a man of God, and you pick him to command the generality, you better take that a step further. Sis, are you sleeping with anybody? Are you getting knocked down by anybody? And selecting for the language again. Are you effing anybody? Are you having sex with anybody? You need to get a very clear and distinct, concise answer from that woman about that question. You got to be very blunt with it nowadays too. Because these sisters out here, man, they've been ruined and they've been given this false definition of morality where essentially whatever makes them happy is the right thing to do. And they're not wrong for pursuing their happiness, which is that's a trap. That is a setup and a half. We cannot let them fail. So as a man of God, if you're gonna go ask her if she's single, you better ask her the rest of it. Are you having sex with anybody? Listen, Salaki for where this is about to go. You almost got to ask them if they're having sex with a dog. Ask them if they've ever been the host of a donkey show. All right? Like, you almost might have to go into some of those conversations with some of these people because they might try to dance completely around the question. No, I'm not sleeping with any man. Are you sleeping with a woman then? Well, no, I'm not sleeping with any person. Are you sleeping with Fido? Like, you might have to take that to an uncomfortable zone because you need that answer. You do not want to mess with a girl who's had sex with an animal. Just for your own sake. You don't bring her home to mom. If you got to pluck that eye out so that you don't go down the wrong road and the rest of you learns from it, is preserved, then that's what you got to cut off from doing. It's something that you're stopping yourself from doing. You're not literally plucking out your eye. And to answer his direct question in verse 30, Baba Kashab, if you could read.
Kind of one concert. The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 30. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into fire, so like into hell.
So now that's the same closing as verse 29. Just verse 29 is talking about your eye. Verse 30 is talking about your hand. So what do we do with our eyes? Say that again.
You look.
You look, you see stuff. You take the world in optically. What do you do with your hands?
You grab.
Amongst other things, yeah, you can grab. That's kind of talking about your works, what you do. So not just what you think and what you notice out there, but now what you're actively doing. So I mean, in a metaphorically speaking, you know, your hand is normally associated with work, with action. But it's also manifold to the point where what's a good way to describe this? You know, something. And in South Dakota, you're bringing up excellent points too. Sleeping with a married woman is not just halfway borderline gay. That's fully homosexual, because you know that woman has been defiled by another man, and now you're about to put your hands and your lips all over it. That's gay. You know where that woman's been. And especially if you've already done stuff to her that she let you do, then you already know what she's let other niggas do to her. And now it gets weird. It gets very unclean. But for the hand, it's not, you're not literally chopping your hand off. But this is again talking about discipline. Now you got to discipline your actions. Smoking weed, the whole ceremony that goes into packing cigarettes. You got to pack it an odd number of times this way. You got to flip it around, packing an even number of times. Like there's a whole thing that goes into it. Going out to go get the smokes, going out to go rob the person for the money to go buy the smokes. Theft is against our laws. Not just stealing from not just stealing something from off the table, but strong arm robbery, beating somebody up for their money. That's taking theft to a whole different level. So now some of the things that you're doing in life, you might have to X out of your life. You might have to quit that job. You might have to quit that job. You might not be able to go to we got MATC out here. You might not be able to go to school because maybe you were in school for horticulture. And instead of learning how to grow a garden of tomatoes and fruits and vegetables, you only got that so that you can learn how to grow weed and cocaine and opium and different illicit. Well, they don't become illicit until they get turned into a drug, but certain plants that get turned into illicit drugs. You might have to stop going to that school. You might have to stop going to that job if old girl's there and you're her work husband. She's got a man at home, but you're her work husband. You might have to cut that out of your life. This is talking about cutting things out of your life. You got to rediscipline yourself. You got to separate yourself from these people, places, and things that are gonna. How does it phrase it? You're gonna have to cut yourself off from these people, places, and things that you should not perish. It's like, unless you perish, and that your whole body, and unless your whole body be cast into hell. Are we getting anywhere with this? Sometimes I know I can go a little bit long-winded and over-talk the situation to death. But you understand what we're getting at here? Separating yourself from whatever situation whatever environment, whatever characteristic, whatever behavioral pattern that might be getting you in trouble. Why the fuck I ain't just say that from the beginning? Rapaz, why you let me spend 45 minutes on this? Talking myself to death. Salaki to the better bummy. But yeah, talking about separating yourself from people, places, and things that might get you in trouble. Disciplining yourself. So that later on in life you can, mature. And maybe you can. It's probably still never a good idea to go back to those environments or around those people that get you into trouble. But maybe you could be mature enough to one day to where you could be in those environments around some of those people without that same temptation anymore. That's what being baptized is all about too. Learning how to not listen to those unclean spirits because you ain't that same man no more that used to fall for that dumb shit. And now you're more developed, you're more matured, you're more experienced, you got knowledge about yourself. Well, it's like you got knowledge about the Most High, and you fear his repercussions for breaking that knowledge. And what's I believe the practical definition of knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is the accumulation of information. Wisdom is the application of that knowledge. So now, if you know that smoking weed is against the Most High, and you can get dealt with for smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, smoking crack. Listen, people are smoking bed bugs, man. Yeah, people are smoking bed bugs. Like 1 million of them, because I guess you had to condense a lot of them into a small amount. But people were getting high off of bed bugs. People were huffing methane gas. Anybody care to guess where they were getting this methane gas from? Rapayala?
Gas station.
The gas station, no. They may have gotten some of the fuel from the gas station, but they're collecting it from their own fecal matter. Yeah. Guess what demographic of people this was popular amongst?
Like 15 to like 8.
That's probably the right age group. But there was I think it was like a small town in Ohio or something like that. It was Edomites. It was so-called white people where this was prevalent about around in the beginning. When I first started hearing about this being popularized, or maybe not even popularized, but exposed on social media back in the early days of social media, like when YouTube first came out. This was back on what was the website? Good.
It was
listen, you don't even know what Lord of the Rings is. You are not going to know what the hell I'm talking about.
You talking about
no.
YouTube,
Whatever you're about to say, no, I'm not talking about that at all. But there was this website way back, and it used to have a bunch of stories like this. And these kids, they would defecate into a container. They would cap it off with a balloon or something, or a bag or something like that. Let the methane gas, let that stuff ferment. Let the methane gas make its way, through the decaying process, and would fill up that bag or that balloon, and they would huff that gas. They would inhale that gas, and they would get high off it. Yeah, Proverbs 16 and 27. That is a heavy scripture. An ungodly man puts shit in a bottle and then huffs the fumes that come out of it. Absolutely. It's like, you had something else to say?
How you say you get methane gas from feet, right?
Fecal matter.
Fecal matter.
Among a couple other, I guess, different methods, but predominantly that's coming from excrement, animal or human.
So they pooped in a balloon.
No, they would poop in a bottle and then put a balloon over the bottle and then let that bottle fill up with the methane gas. And then they would inhale, exhale that gas.
They smelling their own stuff.
I don't know what their nose went through during this time. It's like Rapayala.
It's that one movie. Man, it's that one movie. Where it was a little girl in Harlem. The older cuts. One is what's that dude who always go to basketball game in New York and who always go to basketball games who sit in the front seat.
Spike Lee.
Yeah, Spike Lee.
Listen, I must be a fucking genius or something. So like, how the hell did I'm not a sports head like that.
Yeah,
I like it to the man above me.
Spike Lee and his other dude, Crooklyn.
Michael Kruger.
Crooklyn. You know who?
The director or producer?
No, Crooklyn. It's the movie.
Oh, the movie Crooklyn. I thought you said something completely different. All right. Crooklyn. I've never seen. I don't think I've seen it.
And the little girl was Spike Lee and his guy was inhaling, exhaling the back with
spray paint.
Yeah.
Listen, CO2, any kind of aerosol. Yeah, man. Huffing. Yeah. Except these guys did it a little bit differently. With a different medium. It turns into a whole thing. But shout out to South Dakota for putting that demon down, smoking. He was asking about what scripture was. He ain't smoked nothing since August last year. Or was that this year? Since we passed August. Listen, Most High in Christ, clap it up for that, bro. That's tough, man. That is tough. And again, what was it? Slack. I'm tripping over my own self now. Whatsoever was written aforetime was written for our learning. We got records like this to help keep us from making those same mistakes. How'd I say? That teaches us what eye to pluck out, what hand to cut off. It gives us wisdom. And again, that wisdom is the application of this knowledge.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
A quick scripture to go along with what you're saying. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
Let's get there with you. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. That's in the Apocrypha, right? Yeah, Song of Solomon is in the Old Testament. All right. Hold on, select. Let me fix this. Solomon. Psalm chapter 1. All right, whenever you're ready.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in.
Now that's heavy. That's heavy. Because if you just, he who got an ear, let him hear, man. You hear the words that are written in these records on how to overcome these battles, and you apply it to your life, you will succeed. You absolutely will succeed. It's not going to be, certain things it's going to be different for everybody. The Most High in Christ, there's some brothers and some sisters that don't know how to light a lighter to smoke a cigarette even. And that's right. I want y'all to learn how to light a lighter though, in case, we gotta, start a fire for some other reasons, some shit like that. But at the There's people out there that don't even know how to light a lighter, to let alone smoke cigarettes, weed, drugs of any kind. Who don't know, what a chemical vape tastes like. It's a great thing to be, present among brothers and sisters who don't have that burden of having experienced sin. To know how hard it is to have to fight some of them demons. It's like, I'm just using that word demon as kind of a broadly understood term to an affliction that we face. Which is why y'all brothers need to stay close to this Bible. Don't go straying off from this. Especially being so young in the truth. It's, this is why young men and troopers don't teach. This is why young men and troopers don't go out there to, especially by themselves, to go promote or push nothing. Y'all taking this time for y'all to put on that armor, to get geared up for the fight, to get strong, to exercise that knowledge. You're getting all the tools ahead of time before you get set to work. You got a lot of people out there right now who are, throwing on their little jumpsuit and their little work belt, and they got the little toolkits and shit, and they think they're about to solve all the problems of this world. They have no idea what the hell they're doing, which is why we got this disclaimer in the school of trained professionals do not try this at home. If you are not of the Isupk and the Commanding General Yana, you are not of the Lord. You are not in the truth. We're talking about ownership and being active, participation. The truth requires your blood, sweat, and tears. It requires your involvement. This isn't a spectator sport. And for anybody out there on the sideline who would prefer to stay there, there's nothing wrong with that. Just keep your mouth shut and stay out of our way when we step into the ring. It's all you got to do, and we'll take care of the rest of it from there. So with that, pay your tithes. With that, get ready for December 14th, where we're going to be celebrating the Feast of Dedication, better known as Hanukkah. December 14th, for a span of 8 days, there will be an opening ceremony or opening Sabbath service for it. But for that span of 8 days, to the best of your ability, gather with your family and your friends. Well, it's like not just your friends. Bring your friends along with you too. In the truth, we ain't got too many friends like that. But it's like, to the best of your ability, gather with your family, gather with the school near you. Celebrate our culture. Teach your children their heritage and their inheritance. And with that, I'll pass the class over to Priest Laos for 1,000 Rupiah.
This is the ISUPK. We are the ISUPK, started on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for a new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluting only. They are to shed themselves of the world.
And this is kind of actively talking about the scriptures that Ayar was asking about.
That's right.
They are cutting that hand off that may have had them sinning, offending brothers and sisters, prior to. So now they're separated from the world. In a sense, they kind of separated while they're in here for that interim time when they first step into this school. because y'all need a minute to breathe. Y'all need a minute to gather your thoughts and understand what this thing is here.
That's right.
And to regain a whole new perspective on life. You going?
If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After this 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she may get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There are another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister may get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandments. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10, means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'asharah, 10th of every penny of any increase the Lord give to the treasury department or teacher's fund. Priestly fund, free will offering for peace, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Holy convocation, AG already talked about
December 14th, Feast of Dedication. December 14th. Contact the school near you.
Come.
And it's gonna be kicking off at 7 p.m. in every zone's respective time zone. If I said that right. So Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. for them. Our 7 p.m. is going to be different than that zone 7 p.m. So they're just going to celebrate. They're going to open it up at their 7 p.m. We're going to open it up at our 7 p.m.
Okay. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That means black boots, black shirt, black headband, or star. And with that, imagine what's to stand. We gonna get a curse salute to the teacher. Imagine Ba. Imagine. Hurrah. Yahweh Shimi out Shabbat.
Yahweh Shimi out Shabbat.
Yahweh class dismissed. Pay time. Okay.
Ooh, 27 Club.
All right, gang, let's really nail it this time. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Florida Lee on my top, this a Saints hat.